this. Here we go again. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? On a Tuesday. What's up? What's up, Tech for Gamers? What's up, Tweaktown? Look. Okay, we talking about the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal again. Okay. Remember I told you that that you got countries that are government and they have say so on the matter and they have pull and power on this. Okay, so when this, first Microsoft had 98% of the shareholders, right? They had the employees behind this. They had 75% of the public, right? Then you had Tencent and Nvidia supporting the deal, right? Take-Two and Valve are spectators, right? Okay, Microsoft gave out 10-year contracts to who? Nware, EE, Ubitus, Boosteroid, Nvidia, and Nintendo, right? You had 4 countries in this when this whole thing started. You had Serbia, you had Chile, you had Saudi Arabia, and Brazil. Okay, so today is the 5th of the 30th of May, right? Okay, so now we got Phil Spencer first said that he has 14 jurisdictions, right? But when we were reading the articles, we had 7. They say we had 9, but 2 were missing, right? So now we got Chile, Serbia, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, right? Okay. Then Japan joined the mix, right? Then South Africa joined the mix, right? Then Ukraine joined the mix, right? Okay. Then China joined the mix, right? Okay, that's 8. So you're like, okay, who is number 9? South Korea. You're like, what? Okay. Listen to this. Listen to this, okay? And didn't I tell you that these countries that are supporting the Microsoft behind this, they are governments and they have say so and authority on the matter. Didn't I tell you this? Okay, all right, yeah. And here's another question I got though. There's one question that bugs me about the whole situation too. Was there a person in the CMA that worked for both Sony and Google before they joined the CMA? That's the question I want to ask. Was there a person that worked for both Sony and Google, or Google and Sony, before they joined the CMA, and that's why they blocked the deal? That's my little question I got on the whole situation. But like I said before, though, this thing needs to go to the Supreme Court and the higher courts in the United Nations. But anyway, listen to this. It says here, Microsoft's $68.7 billion purchase of Activision Blizzard remains an uphill battle. While major regulators like the CMA blocked the deal, the company earned a much-needed approval from the European Commission. A few hours ago, Microsoft earned another green light on the deal, this time from South Korea. The KFTC has now approved the Activision Blizzard acquisition, joining nearly 40 countries that have previously supported the deal. Why it matters. Each new approval is important for Microsoft as the company gears up to appeal against the CMA and defend the deal against the FTC in the courts. It says here, looking at the Korean market, Activision franchise like Call of Duty do not have the influence and the popularity seen in other markets. Therefore, it is surprising that the deal saw little opposition from the KFTC. Both Call of Duty and Diablo have less than a 5% share of gaming industry in Korea, making it a small percentage of the market. As such, the regulators does not see much harm in the deal going through, even if Call of Duty become exclusive to Xbox at some point. Cloud gaming concerns have also likely been addressed with the deal signed between Microsoft and providers like GeForce Now. And it says here, with Microsoft filing the appeal against the CMA decision, South Korea's latest approval things are looking better than ever for the Activision Blizzard acquisition. The FTC is still another strong opponent for Microsoft, but the gaming giant remains confident in its ability to clear the merger. Previously, countries like Brazil, Japan, Mexico, and China approved the Activision Blizzard acquisition. South Korea has now joined the list, becoming the latest country to decide in the Microsoft favor. And I think that is that. So Mexico is on the list. Wait a minute. So hold on. Let me get this straight. So you got, okay, you got when this thing started, you had Serbia, Chile, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil, right? Okay, all right. Then you had the Ukraine, Japan, South Africa, China, and now South Korea. And now Mexico. So that's now 11. Wow. Well, these countries, they are government, and they got say so, and they got pull on the in this case. And my question though still remains: is there a person in the CMA that worked for both Sony and Google before they joined the CMA? That's my question in this whole situation. But this case now need to head to the Supreme Court and the higher courts in the United Nations, okay? And let the chips fall where they may from there. You know, the European Commission say European Commission think that the deal, the Activision Blizzard deal, that it doesn't harm competition. Okay, which is a good thing. The European Commission supports it. So now Microsoft is not in this alone. They got countries behind them. So the FTC already screwed up because they tried to remove Nintendo from the picture, and then turn around they need Nintendo again. But what the FTC doesn't know is that Nintendo has a big Call of Duty fan base. Okay, a big Call of Duty fan base, and like I've been saying before, Nintendo Corporation should have never built the Switch. But you know, people always telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, look, South Korea joined the mix. So yeah, Microsoft has support in all this. So yeah, the CMA and the FTC is on the hot seat now. Okay, but my question still remains though: is there a person that worked for Google and Sony before they joined the CMA? Because the CMA, you can't say, well, we don't think the deal it's not gonna harm. We don't think the deal is gonna cause any harm, but we're more concerned about cloud gaming. That makes no sense. It's either the deal is gonna cause harm or it's not. So the CMA is on the hot seat, and so is the FTC. Microsoft got supporting this. 40 countries support this deal. Yeah, that's a lot of governments. That's a lot of governments when you're talking about countries. You know, they got to say so in this matter. You know, so yeah. Microsoft is providing this, is making this deal, making cloud gaming stronger now by giving everybody 10-year contracts. You know, so they giving them a choice. You know, they don't have the game on Xbox alone. They got EE, Anywhere, Ubisoft, Boosteroid, GeForce now, and Nintendo to deal with. You know, so yeah, this deal is looking this is looking pretty good for Microsoft. But my question still remains to this day: is there a person that works in the CMA that used to work for Google and Sony, or Sony and Google? No, not the CMA. The person that I'm talking about, the person that works in the CMA, did that person work for Google and then work for Sony, or did he work for Sony and Google before he joined the CMA? That's the question I got to ask about this whole thing. But other than that, so far so good. Let's see. Today's the 30th. We're about to go into June right now. Microsoft Bethesda showcase is coming up, and you know, they're supposed to be showing off a whole lot. Starfield comes out September the 6th. And yeah, Microsoft is moving right along, you know. So yeah, so far so good, man. But yeah, these countries that are supporting this, you know, they have say so on the matter. You know, they have pull, they got authority in this, you know. So when you got when you got countries on top of countries that are stacking up on each other and supporting Microsoft behind this, oh yeah. You're gonna have a hard time trying to block that deal, okay? Especially in the courts. And the FTC really screwed up. Instead of before jumping the gun, they should have done their research on this before they jumped in. But once they try to pull Nintendo from the equation, and saying that and they tried to make this about Sony and Microsoft, they're forgetting that Nintendo has a Call of Duty fan base. Okay, so yeah. I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with this. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Board, Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.